The following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Sully Butte Sports on Country 95.3. Sully Butte Sports is brought to you by 83 Ag Sales, AGE, Bank West Oneida, Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Service, The Blue Goose, and Brett Spray Service. And by Agtegra, CHS River Plains, Colson Farms, Kona Ag Oneida, Don's Food Center, Eric's Custom Repair, First Dakota National Bank, and Yag Air. Sully Butte Sports is also brought to you by Lamb Chevy, Oahe Grain, Oliver Construction, Ringneck Energy, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, the Sully County Sheriff's Office, Sunrise Bank, The Corner, Wheeler Seed Farm, Yakby Ranches, Venture Communications, and Lincoln Out Construction. Now let's head to the booth with the call of the game and the voice of the Sully Butte Chargers, Wyatt Perichka.
And a good Thursday evening to you. A chilly Thursday as we enter a cold weather advisory. Temperatures can get as low, feeling-wise, wind chill as minus 28 this evening. So if you're traveling around the area or just in general, please stay safe there here today. And let's fix our radio side of things. Now we should be on the radio. So good evening, radio folks who are tuning in live here on KLXS Pure Country 95.3 online at Country 95.3 Sports. Big thanks to Cindy back in the studio for helping us get on the air here this evening. It is the girls' game between Sully Butte and Stanley County in a standalone game on this Thursday. Boys' game on Tuesday in Fort Pierre, the 35-mile drive from Fort Pierre here to Oneida. Both teams looking for some wins, and for Stanley County, they'll be looking for their first win of the season. They are coming off of a loss of a 47-31 loss against Jones County. Sully Butte's having a tough one as they fell. After having a lead, they would fall to Timberlake 57-49. Watching the JV game, and we got a close one. It's 22-21, and what we'll do is we'll try to follow the action as much as possible. And with 16.1 seconds left to go, Sully Butte have had the lead for quite some time going into this second half. And it's now the free throw game as both teams are in the bonus. Chargers looking for their second win of the season. They are 1-10 on the year after, again, we mentioned that 57-49 loss after having a lead on Tuesday against Timberlake. They are currently riding a 5-game losing streak going into tonight's contest. Lady Buffaloes looking for their first win of the season. They're currently 0-11. As Stanley County has put up some fights this season, but just has not had some of the games go in their favor. They're down by 3, 1 point against Jones County, but that ended up being a 47-31 loss. So free throws are coming up, so Stanley County has a chance here to win this basketball game with 12 seconds to go in the JV game. If you're watching live on the video stream, and Stanley County going to make this more dramatic with some timeouts with 8.9 left here to go. This is your pregame show. It's brought to you by 83 Ag Sales. Big thanks to them to getting us set for tip-off for the varsity contest. Also, let's give a big thanks to our scoreboard sponsors tonight. That will include Lincoln Out Construction, Oahe Grain, the webcast sponsor. Big thanks to Don's Food Center for providing that live video stream here this evening. You can listen here on Country 95.3 KLXS Pier, or you can tune into that video stream on Country 95.3 Sports on YouTube. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll talk more about this contest here. We got a pregame interview with both head coaches as well, so we'll get to those conversations here in just a little bit. We do want to give you a heads up, though, that Stanley County School is actually going to be closed tomorrow due to the cold conditions. So something to kind of be aware of. So Stanley County is going to be closed. Other areas closed here. I believe Sully Butte actually also is going to be closed tomorrow as well. I saw a post on Facebook. I'm double checking before I get ahead of myself. The school district will be closed tomorrow. So it's not, the school district, the ABO school district will be closed on Friday, January 23rd. And Stanley County puts up a shot. It's going to be fouls going to the free throw line. 22-21 Chargers up if you're watching on the video stream. But continuing the Facebook post, it will be an enrichment learning day, number 1 for the third quarter for K-12 students. And just please follow the e-learning procedures Middle school, high school households need to email the email on the Facebook post. You can check that out by noon to receive an attendance credit. If the internet is down, make sure you contact that email that is on the Facebook page as well. This is also a middle school, high school requirement only. The one message per household is sufficient. Elementary teachers will maintain a checklist of each parent and student contact in attendance purposes. Yes, we have a violation on the free throw line, and that will give Sully Butte some basketball back with 5.4 seconds left to go. If there is no email tomorrow for Sully Butte High School or middle school, it is going to be considered an absent day. So e-learning tomorrow for Sully Butte High School. Speaking of Sully Butte's JV team winning that contest as well. And then we mentioned the school closure for Stanley County. So that means the boys game tomorrow has been officially postponed because they will be out of school tomorrow. So just something to note for the two schools entering a chilly Friday here today. That is a look at some of the closures and other ones that I do want to mention as well before we take our first break here on KLXS Country 95.3. The Lyman County School, the Lyman County is going to be closed. Miller is going to have a 10 a.m. start. Jones County will be closed, and Laura Brule will also be closed tomorrow as well. So lots of closures coming in due to the extreme cold forecast coming up. Let's take a 90-second timeout here. Let's take a look at how these two teams have fared against each other going into tonight's contest. It has been one-sided, but one team will try to make that change tonight. One team going to try to pick up another win. Sully Butte, Stanley County coming up here on your 83 Ag Sales pregame show. We'll take a 90-second timeout. We're back after this on Country 95.3 KLXS Pier, a Riverfront broadcasting station.
Before or after the game, get together with friends at the Blue Goose in Oneida. The Blue Goose has a relaxing atmosphere, and it's a great place to talk about the game. Not only that, but you can see info and pictures of past teams and players. It's history with the focus on the future. Be sure to kick back with friends and co-workers at the one spot that has it all. The Blue Goose in downtown Oneida. Proud to be a supporter of Sully Butte Sports.
At 83 Ag Sales, we specialize in precision planting to help you create a growing environment that will maximize your efficiency and crop yields. We're committed to helping you improve your planting and production with the best technology available. Located in Oneida, 83 Ag Sales, here to make the most of your growing season. Call us at 605-222-5385. We can help you choose the right components for your equipment and your operation.
AGE Corporation's contractors and crane service are proud supporters of Sully Butte Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
83 Ag Sales pregame show here on Country 95.3 KLXS. We get you set for Stanley County taking on Sully Butte. And appreciate it. Thank you. As we're getting our student council report of activities coming up here for the upcoming week as well. Birthday shout out, Skylar Kane, the AOS ball here today for Sully Butte. So happy birthday to those two who are going to be suited up and starting tonight for the Stanley, or excuse me, I'm going to get these names mixed up quite a bit tonight. The Sully Butte Chargers as well. Let's take a look at the history between these two teams. And, well, it has been a one-sided affair for the series. Going back to 2006, it will be the 17th meeting since 2006. Sully Buttes have ran away with the series at 15 wins. The Chargers have won the last 12 meetings, including last season winning 38-26. The Lady Buffaloes' last win, you have to go all the way back to December of 2009 to see this last win for Stanley County, where they won by 3 with a final score of 52-49. So it looks like we're going to be just a little bit behind schedule here on this particular Thursday night. And what a great game to have to close out the girls' week here for Sully Butte and Stanley County. As I do remember, the boys will be in action Saturday, and then we'll return back to action on Tuesday that Stanley County and Sully Butte saw in Fort Pierce. So that game we'll have on Country 95.3 as well. Common opponents between these two teams this season. So Sully Butte and Stanley County have played multiple. You can go Phillip, Highmore, Harold, Harry, and Selby area. In linemen are the common opponents that these two teams have faced off against this season. They would have gone a combined 0-8. The Chargers' only win coming up against Aberdeen Christian. And I say Stanley County is a 0-11 team, but this is a very young basketball squad. You're going to find out how young this team is tonight. I believe there's multiple 8th graders on this team, and I believe one of them is going to get a start tonight. And there might be two. I apologize. That gets a start tonight as well. No seniors for the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. The Chargers will have the veteran experience, I should say, tonight with those 6 seniors on the roster for Sully Butte, and also mentioning that the junior as well, and Allie Mueller. So experience for Sully Butte, the youth of Stanley County. There'll be a matchup to watch here in just a little bit. I caught up with both head coaches. We caught up with Chris Fosham and also head coach Susie Woolley. We'll have those conversations here in just a few moments. Stanley County Lady Buffaloes, Sully Butte's Chargers here in just under 10 minutes from tip-off. You're tuned in to Sully Butte's basketball on Country 95.3, online at Country 95.3 Sports. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. Interview with head coach Chris Fosham coming up next.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Teamwork is important to Barber Chemical in Oneida. With a full-time agronomist, sprayers, and licensed applicators, they have the team to get the job done. Their fully stocked warehouse will always have the latest products and technology available. Service, quality, and efficiency. That's the game plan at Barber Chemical. See Barber Chemical for your soil and tissue sampling needs. Good luck, Chargers, from your teammates at Barber Chemical in Oneida.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Set for tip-off between Stanley County and Sully Butte's girls standalone game here on Thursday night from the Mark Sefner Court. Wyatt Bridgeko with you. Sydney back in the studio. Jeremy behind the camera here this Thursday night. We caught up with both head coaches coming into this contest. I do want to give you a quick update on one of our games on one of our stations currently, as Beer Governor boys trailing 51-36 with under 3 minutes to play against Brandon Valley. Beer Governor is trying to keep that one-game winning streak in that contest, but it's going to be a big task coming up for the Beer Governors. I got up with head coach Chris Fosham here for Stanley County, talking about kind of the season and where he's trying to pick this program as they, again, are a young team seeking their first win of the season. So, with that, let's go to that conversation with head coach Chris Fosham with the Lady Buffaloes right now. Continuing our 83 Ag Sales here with head coach Chris Fosham of the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. And coach, how are you kind of feeling today, making a short trip over here to Oneida? How are you feeling going into today?
Other than chilly, we feel pretty good. We've had a good week of practice, had a tough game on Tuesday, and we're ready for the challenge tonight.
I know your record is tough. I mean, 0-11, but I mean, just seeing some of those games, it's not like you guys are just like letting these games get away from you. I mean, you guys are being very competitive this season. What does that kind of say about your team, as young as they are, but also getting this kind of experience?
So they've kind of bought into what we're trying to do. We've been executing better. They've got a little bit of grit to them, and they want to win the worst way, and winning's hard to do, and we're trying to figure that out.
What is it kind of the motto for your team this season? I know with these stretches, kind of what do you try to emphasize with your team throughout the season?
So we have it on the back of our shooting shirts, committed, and that's what we've been pushing for this whole year, and we're trying to get some buy-in from it, and it's coming around. So
I know it's your first season as the head coach and everything. What's kind of the experience been like to be the head coach of this team?
It's been a whirlwind, to say the least. I never expected it to be this much work, but it's been enjoyable. Love the girls. Have an awesome assistant coach, and glad I'm doing it.
Going into today, Coach, I mean, making the short trip over besides the chill and everything, but talk about the Stanley County team, the Sully Buttes team from your perspective and kind of how you're going to approach tonight's game.
So we think they're going to come out in a 2-3 zone. We're going to attack the gaps and hopefully put some pressure on them and hopefully take care of some of their pressure, because we get a little loose with the ball at times, and hopefully execute on offense.
Coach, one thing that you kind of want to emphasize with your team tonight, what's going to be that one factor for you guys to go 1-0 today?
We've got to win the rebounding battle. If we do that, we got a good chance.
Perfect, Coach. Thank you for your time, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Big thanks to head coach Chris Fossum for taking some time here as we did catch up with head coach Susie Ruling. We'll go to that conversation right away here. But again, Lady Buffaloes coming into it 0-11. They'll be trying to get their first win of the season. For the Sully Buttes girls, looking for their second win of the season. And both teams have a pretty good shot tonight. Both of them coming in with a lot of confidence as the JV game maybe said a lot going into this one. It might be a close one here tonight. But we talked with head coach Susie Ruling, talking about that Timberlake loss on Tuesday, how they had the lead, and it kind of just been Sully Buttes basketball for part of the season. The turnovers kind of coming in stretches. So let's get to that pregame conversation with head coach Susie Ruling. That is here right now. Back here on the 83 Ag Sales pregame show, it's head coach Susie Ruling here of the Sully Buttes Charger girls basketball team. And Coach had an opportunity to come home with a win on Tuesday, and just kind of the same story, turnovers and pressure got to you guys.
Yeah, we were doing pretty well up until the fourth quarter happened, and then we kind of lost our confidence and ended up turning the ball way too much. So I'm hoping tonight that's a whole different story, and they bring that confidence for all four quarters.
I was to say, I mean, 3 quarters, you guys were in it. I mean, even with the pressure that they were showing, even, you were beating that full court pressure. I mean, how do you just kind of maybe try to kind of get them refocused after, having a lead in that game at one point and then falling short in the end? Yeah,
all season long, we haven't had the lead. So when we got the lead, they were kind of like excited, and it's like, oh, what do we do, and they were kind of lost for what they needed to do next. And we just told them to slow the offense down and run our offense and find a good shot for us. And that kind of happened. And then we ended up just falling apart in the fourth quarter, and we got into some foul trouble a little bit with our big girl. And so that kind of hurt us a little bit. She had to sit for a while. If that wouldn't have happened, I think the outcome would have been a little bit different.
I know it's hard to take things, but I mean, there's always something to take out of every game. And you mentioned, having a lead, and, maybe that's a learning experience for the team to they'll have a lead and try to hold on to it, especially when you have it in the late stages of the third quarter. I mean, just kind of different points of the season, kind of having new learning experience. How beneficial has that been for your team?
That would be really beneficial. I mean, tonight, hopefully we come out and we do take that lead, and then we're able to keep that lead, and stick with that confidence and have some fun and, keep building off of that. So when we go out and play another team, then that confidence is even more there, so then they're ready to continue to compete.
Yeah, team coming here tonight, not a long trip for them. I mean, it's Stanley County who, their record's going to say one thing, but, I mean, they have been competitive in some of their games this season. What do you know about the Stanley County team, Coach, and kind of your approach in tonight? Yeah,
they got a couple good girls that we'll have to keep an eye on and make sure that we don't allow them to attack the basket and take control of the game. And then we got to just box out and play good defense and run our offense tonight.
How important is a game that could possibly, hopefully it's not going for you guys, but, that turnover amount kind of increasing tonight? How important is it going to be for you guys to limit the turnovers? Obviously, it's a factor, but, how crucial in a game like this?
It's going to be very crucial. I mean, we're going to have to definitely take care of the ball and not make terrible passes like we have been. And so we can get the ball back and play some good defense and then go down and score on the offense.
I know turnovers and defense, Coach, you mentioning, but what's one factor you want to see from your team tonight?
A lot of confidence and effort tonight. If they do that in determination, we should win.
Perfect, Coach. Thank you for your time and best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Big thanks, head coach Susie Really, for taking some time here as we get you set. We're just moments away. We'll have a national anthem coming up here in just a few moments here. And I believe I did mention the e-learning. So I saw the Facebook post. Yep, we're good. Sorry. Folks are just letting me know about the e-learning tomorrow. So again, freezing temperatures here for the Agar Blunt and Oneida School District are going to e-learning tomorrow. So something just to be aware of. Stanley County is closed tomorrow. So something as well for the Stanley County and Oneida schools. Taking a look at your uniform report here as we'll have a national anthem coming up in just a moment. Performed by the Sully Buttes Band. It will be Stanley County in their road black uniforms tonight. They're going to have the purple numbers, purple lettering. It's going to be trimmed, or purple numbers, gold lettering, trimmed in that black and white Sully Buttes in their home whites tonight. Chargers on their jerseys in the purple in numbers and lettering. It is trimmed in gold. They got that purple stripe on either side. We do have the national anthem coming up here as we are going to send it to the PAA announcer, and your starting lineups are coming up next here on KALXS Pure Country 95.3, online at Country 95.3 Sports, online at purecountry.com as well.
Half-court shot. The winner of the half-court shot will be drawn at the end of the first quarter. There are a lot of boys basketball players in attendance tonight that could shoot this shot for you, and the pot is $715. At this time, we ask that you please keep in mind our men and women of our armed forces as they stand guard around the world and pay honor to America with the playing of our national anthem by the Sully Buttes Pep Band under the direction of Mrs. Erica Paxton. Proper respect is to remove your hat, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Veterans and out of uniform active duty personnel may salute the flag.
Sully Buttes Band performing the national anthem as we get you set. And we'll go to your starting lineups. We'll start with the Lady Buffaloes under the direction, or under the head coach Chris Fosham, who is in his first season of here for Stanley County. It will look like this for their starting lineup. It will be number one. It's a 5'5" 8th grader, and Jessie Fosham. She is actually the daughter of head coach Chris Fosham. She is followed by number 4. It's a 5'8" junior, and Austin Norman. It's number 5, a 5'3" 8th grader in Kenzie Hall. She'll be followed by number 15, a 5'7" sophomore, and Addie Deal. And to round up the starting lineup, it is number 30. It will be Jariah Walker, a 5'9" junior as well. So there was originally a different starting lineup, and then I got an email, and I asked why the change in the starting lineup. He mentioned the defense that Sully Buttes are going to show. So let's go to that Sully Buttes starting lineup here. It'll look like this. It's number 14, a 5'4" senior, in Berklin Burney. She's followed by the number 22, a 5'7" senior, in Jane Yeager. It's number 23, a 5'5" senior in Nevaeh Westfall. 6' senior, number 31, Scotland Kinney. And round up the starting lineup, it's number 32, is a 5'4" senior in Miley Weishottle. Head coach Susie Ruling and assistant coach Connor Decker as we get you set. Big thanks to 83 Sales pregame show for getting us set for tip-off. Scoreboard tonight brought to you by the Lincoln Out, or excuse me, not Lincoln Out Construction, Ringneck Energy and Venture Communications. Scotland Kinney in the center circle will take on Addie Deal. Just like that, we are underway here, and Sully Buttes will control the opening tip. They'll be going from left to right. Stanley County from right to left. Confidence for Sully Buttes will be one of the keys tonight, and Stanley County just continuing to have that commitment. That was on their back of their warm-up uniforms, as Sully Buttes will start with a turnover fairly early going. It's Addie Deal on the right side, and will lay it up and in, and Stanley County will strike first, leading 2-0. And trying to break a 12-game losing streak against Sully Buttes. Yeager shot off the mark, will get a whistle and a foul. As that rebound was courtesy there of Kenzie Hall. We'll give the foul, I believe, to Nevaeh Westfall. That is the case. That'll be her first and team first of the quarter as well. Stanley County going from right to left. Sully Buttes from left to right here in this first half. 7:18 left to go here in quarter number one. Walker sets the screen there for Fashion. Gives it now there to Walker. Walker in the post as Nevaeh Westfall gets into the passing lane and will have the turnover. Now we got official discussion. Is one official is saying Stanley County basketball, another one saying Sully Buttes basketball. So we'll find out that, and they'll reverse the call. So these officials, same officials that did the JV game, and I noticed they did a lot of conversations, making sure the correct call right, and usually one official has convinced the other official that is one way. Inbound now will go to Deal. Deal looks to kick it out, and then we'll get another whistle with 7:05 to play. So Sully Buttes will pick up team foul number 2. And did they just get Nevaeh? They did get Nevaeh Westfall for her second foul. And now we'll have to make a substitution as Allie Bueller, going to check in. Well, they'll try it again here. Inbound goes to the right corner. It's all on the left side. Gives it up top now to Norman. Norman falls side, and it's going to be an offensive foul by Stanley County. And the Lady Buffaloes will give the basketball over to Sully Buttes. Foul by Dariah Walker. Picks up her first, team's first. 6:59 to play here. Stanley County showing that full court press. It's something that Sully Buttes have struggled this season. Shottle gets it, get it up top there to Bueller, swing it over to Bernie. Now looking for the give inside to Kenny, and it's another turnover. Then picking it up is Bernie, and then she'll get it right back to Stanley County. 6:38 to play. High pass to the last touch there by Skylar Kinney. So we'll stay Lady Buffaloes basketball. Emily Nelson get a check in. Had a really good game prior to this one, that JV contest. Had a couple of threes she connected on in the late stages. Inbound now will go to Walker. Far side now is Deal. Deal will give it up there to Norman. Now back inside for Walker. High shot going to be a pushing foul as it be the result. But it will be Sully Buttes basketball off the foul. We'll get foul number 1 to Kenzie Hall. Bueller will trigger it in as Nelson almost lost it, but it's that full court pressure. Weishottle now will get it over the big court stripe. She does. And she's on the far side, left side. Let's get past to Nelson. Nelson will fire 3 from the top. She gets it to go in, and Sully Buttes connects on their first bucket of the night. If she is going to shoot like that here this evening, that is going to be what the Chargers will hope to have, and some of those shots connecting, and Stanley County will turn it over. It's a little too high for the pass there for Kenzie Hall. And Sully Buttes will get their third turnover. Both teams now with 3 turnovers apiece. Yeager on the sideline trying to keep it in. Does. She'll bounce pass it off to Nelson at the top. Nelson almost loses it. Now it's going to be another turnover. 2-on-2. Kenny tries to poke it, but Hall is there to get the basketball. No good on the shot. Nelson tries to poke it away. She does. And second chance 3 is fired off the mark. Bueller comes down with the board. And a couple of opportunities for Stanley County, and they come up empty. Nelson, she'll just fire another 3. In and out. Can't get that one to go. Wide shot, the last one to touch it there. And then we'll be Actually, last touch by Stanley County. It looks like it was Norman who was the last one to touch it. Sully Buttes have got to get an inbounder there. They'll inbound from the far side. 3-2 on your Venture Communications scoreboard. Wheeler inbound to Nelson. Now give it off to Weishottle. Weishottle on the attack. Kick out Bueller. One dribble shot off mark. Nelson rebound. Second chance for Sully Buttes as Nelson will let that go out of bounds. Last touch by Stanley County. Good crowd here for the standalone girls game. 5:14 left to go here in quarter number 1. Wheeler inbound to Yeager. Yeager will swing it over to Nelson. Now to Weishottle. Bounce pass inside to Kinney, who will spin towards the bucket. Left that short. Yeager will be fouled after bringing down the rebound. Yeager will go to the line. It'll be team foul number 3 on Stanley County with 5:07 left to go here in quarter number 1. They'll give the foul off there to Addie Deal. Picks up her first and team's third. Yeager at the line to shoot a pair, and Sully County Sheriff's Office wants to remind you to be responsible as Yeager makes it in the first one. Whether it's going to the game or driving home, please obey speed limits in towns and on highways. Arrive alive. This message from the Sully County Sheriff's Office, especially on a cold night like this. It's now down to -5 on the weather report. Trying to get the windshield one as Yeager connects on both free throws. Makes it now 5-2. Stanley County down by 3. They'll make their way to the far side. One bounce pass off there to Walker. Looks to give it out there to Deal. Ball is loose. Nelson picks it up, and now we got a timeout by Coach Ruling to keep the possession of the basketball after Stanley County lost it and turned it over to Sully Buttes. What a timeout there for Sully Buttes. That'll be their first. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will just keep it right here. Again, we want to remind you, Stanley County is closed tomorrow. You can check out the KCCR Facebook page for all of the details. Also, it's going to be Sully Buttes, our Agar Blunt Oneida School District will be going to an e-learning day tomorrow. Again, you got to make sure you email make sure you email to let you know that the student is attending the e-learning class. If it's not, it'll be considered absent for the day. So with the closure of Stanley County as well, the boys game tomorrow postponed. So that'll be a makeup date. Down goes to Bernie after the timeout taken by head coach Susan Ruling. It's 5-2. Kenny, far side, trying to save it and runs into the Stanley County bench and will turn it over. Mentioned turnovers, and you see a high amount of turnovers here tonight. Right now we're already at 9, and we're not even midway through the first quarter. Here's Walker, hand off there to Hall. Hall's going to give it off back to Walker on the near side. Nelson trying to poke that away, gets Norman to kind of mishandle the basketball and will turn it over. And then Sully Buttes are going to give it right back. Casey Yeager checks in for the first time. Stanley County electing to keep their starters out there. Ball, drive, left side, dishes it off there to Walker for 2, and gets it to go off the assist from Kenzie Hall. 1 point lead as Sully Buttes break the press. JC Yeager to Jaden Yeager for 2. Great pass, kind of had to go through one defender, but got it there for 2. It's now 7-4. Hall at the top, fires a 3 in front of Bernie. 3 is off the mark, and rebound courtesy of Ellie Nelson. She's got her second rebound, trying to go to coast with it. She does. Timeout taken by Stanley County. As Coach Fossen has seen a little bit enough to kind of get a regroup as they'll take a 30-second timeout. 3:34 left to go. Chargers up 9-4 on that Ring Neck Energy and Venture Communications scoreboard. Want to give a big thanks as well to Don's Food Center. helping us provide the live stream tonight here on Country 95.3 Sports on YouTube. Also listen to this game on the radio if you're driving. We don't want you to be on your phone while you're on the road, especially in these kind of conditions tonight. Jeremy, you cold? Are you cold right? You're in a gym. Not for now. Big thanks to Jeremy once again behind the camera. Big thanks to Cindy back in the studio for keeping us here on the air. So 3:34 left to go. It will be Stanley County basketball after the timeout. Both teams have taken a 30-second timeout here in this first quarter. Norman over the midcourt stripe. Under 3:30 to play here in quarter number one. As that is going to be a Deal. Deal trying to jump stop, put up the shot, and they're going to have a foul. Called first, so Stanley County going to save it, but we'll see if it's on the floor. I believe it's going to be on the floor, is what they say. Scotland Kinney picks up foul number one. She has kind of had some foul trouble here as of late. And you mentioned Coach Ruling, if Scotland Kinney having to basically sit on the bench for a while in that second half in their loss to Timberlake. Stanley County tried to inbound it as no time goes off the clock. And Stanley County will turn it over. And that deflected, is trying to save the possession, was Stanley County, but they will turn it over to Sully Buttes. Nelson has Yeager, as Walker go pass by. Now he'll kick it up back up top on the skip pass to Nelson. J.C. Yeager give inside to Kinney, gives it off now to Jaden Yeager. Jaden Yeager off the glass, no good. Nelson trying to catch and put it back up, and she'll be fouled. Only Nelson was 7 points, or I should say maybe the free throws first. I accidentally gave him a bucket early. 5 points, 3 rebounds, looking for points 6 and 7. First one is good. 10-4 now, Sully Buttes up with 3:05 left to play. Olsen shoots right in front of that student section on the stage. Second free throw is no good, so it's going to be a 1 of 2 trip. Bringing it down for Stanley County was Taylor Barta, who is in for the first time. That's a triple miss there by Deal, and now you got to fight for the rebound, and it's going to be a reach and a hold that saves the possession. 2:51 left to go. Brooklyn Birdie picks up foul number 1. That's a 14 foul, so both teams in the bonus here next. And not sure what the pause there was, but resume action. Nelson takes it away, and that's going to be another turnover by Stanley County. Nelson looking, will give it off there to Yeager in the paint. Jump shot is good. Jay Yeager's got 6. 12-4 on the Rain Neck Energy scoreboard. Stanley County looking for a bucket here. Haven't had one in a while. Ball near side, outside. He'll drive in left side. Fires up a shot awkwardly. It's going to be no good. It's Scotland Kinney with the board. Nelson. Far side. Give it up top there to Bernie. Bernie will slow things down, get the offense going. Makes her way to the right wing. Bernie to J.C. Yeager, looking for the bounce pass there to Nelson, and got a little too late on that pass. It will be a turnover. Bernie tries to poke it away there from Hall. Hall puts up the shot. It goes off to the right side, and it's going to go right back to Sully. J.C. Yeager's the one who got in for the rebound. Yeager off to Bernie. Couldn't get it to go. Scotland Kinney on a second chance, and it's another trip to the line for Sully Buttes with 1:47 left to go. But put Sully Buttes in the bonus here for the final 1:47. And Scotland Kinney will be the third Charger at the line here tonight. Kenzie Hall picks up foul number 2. Kinney, first free throw. Well, that's that one. We'll get one more free throw here. Chargers 3 of 5 early going. Get one more free throw here. Get a change in the lineup. As checking in for the first time, it's going to be Hannah Tedder as the free throw is no good. Jaden Yeager puts up the rebound and gets it to go in. And Chargers up now 14-4, and we'll get a whistle and another timeout. It's a 60-second timeout. We'll step aside with 1:36 left to go and get you a break here. 1:36 left to go. It is going to be Sully Buttes 14, Stanley County 4. We're back in 30 seconds here on Country 95.3.
At Ringneck Energy, our mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of our investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Ringneck Energy, located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida. Call 605-945-6900 and check out our website, www.ringneckenergy.com. Ringneck Energy in Oneida, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Apologize to our visual audience. Thanks for the catch there as they got the score wrong on our video stream, but a big thanks there to get us reset here. 14-4, Sully Buttes up here in this one with 1:36 left to go. 14-4 in favor of Sully Buttes here on Country 95.3. We are in the 8 o'clock hour, KLXS Pier, a Riverfront broadcasting station. The Ellie Nelson, Miley Weishottle, Jaden Yeager, Brooklyn Burney, and Davery Smith checking in for the first time is Davery Smith with final 1:36. Stanley County basketball. After the timeout, they spent a 60-second there, so they've taken 2 timeouts here in this quarter. Hall, now at the top, gives it off there to Tedder. Now we'll swing it over to Foshin. Foshin, pass off there now to Taylor Barda. Barda is going to give it up to Hall on the cut in the paint, and that's going to be, they're going to say that's a foul. Sully Buttes are saying that may have been a jump ball, but that's going to put Hall to the line to shoot 2. We'll give the foul off there to Ellie Nelson, who will pick up her first, and I mentioned that being bonus. Free throw is good there from Kenzie Hall, who picks up her first points, or not Hall, excuse me. It's going to be Addie Deal, who is at the line, and picks up point number 3. Final free throw is up, and could be no good. Davery Smith coming down with the rebound. On the other end, Jaden Yeager throwing up a shot, couldn't get it to go. Taps that back over to Smith, who gives it off to Nelson for a long 2. That's going to be no good either, and we'll have a stoppage, and it's going to say Sully Buttes after it goes out of bounds with 1:03 left to go. Weishottle will trigger it in. Weishottle looks, Yeager open underneath, puts up the shot, no good, and trying to run down her own rebound. It's going to be picked up there by Foshin with 52 seconds left to go. Foshin makes her way to the top. Nelson pokes that away and will get it just before she goes out of bounds, and we'll give it off to Weishottle. Weishottle makes one way, skip pass over to Smith. Smith looks to Yeager on the cut, goes for the underhand scoop and score, but will leave that short as it's out of bounds. And that's going to go staying with the Chargers. Weishottle will trigger it in. They'll set up the same out of bounds look. Inbound will go to Nelson on the far side. Nelson to Burney. Now we'll swing it over to Yeager on the right wing. With 25 on the clock, Nelson, quick pass over to Smith. She'll fire a mid-range deuce. Couldn't get that shot to go, and we'll have a whistle. That's going to put Stanley County at the line at 18 with 18.8 left to go. That'll be Taylor Barda who will go to the line. She'll be looking for her first point of the evening. First free throw is off the glass and in. Now 14-6, 8-point lead for Sully Buttes. Scotland Kenny, Allie Bueller, and J.C. Yeager are going to check in. Ellie Nelson, Brooklyn Burney, and Tavery Smith will check out. Final free throw here. Free throw up and going to be no good. Took a second on the iron. It's going to be picked up there by Yeager. Yeager was looking for J.C. Yeager. And it's going to be attempt to save there. And we got a couple of players falling to the floor, but they are checking on each other, and they are good. So Sully Buttes basketball. Shot clock turned off with 14.3 let go. In now for Stanley County, Ryan Bothwell. Inbound, goes to Nelson, swings it up to Yeager at the logo. 10 seconds left to go. Yeager directing traffic, makes her way to the right side. Yeager will double dribble with that one and turn it over. Kind of saw that one coming just the way she was trying to handle the basketball. So now Stanley County will have it with 5.8 left to go. Shadow is the only one that is trying to guard Hall. They'll give it off there to Foshin. Foshin with 3 seconds over the midcourt. Hall will fire 3, and that one's going to be no good. And we have played 1 quarter of basketball. Sully Buttes 14. It is Stanley County 6. We'll get you set for the second quarter here next on Country 95.3 after this 60-second timeout.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
Hometown shopping at its best. Don's Food Center has what you want and where you need it most, right in Oneida. Enjoy a great selection of groceries, fresh meat and produce, friendly service, and more. Get all your snacks for the big game at Don's Food Center. Don's Food Center is a proud supporter of Sully Buttes Athletics and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Don's Food Center, where parking is convenient, shopping is easy, and your time is priority.
14-6 on your Remac Energy and Venture Communications scoreboard as we get you set for the second quarter. Wyatt Bridgekill with you, Jeremy behind the camera, and Cindy in the studio, keeping us here live on the air. Stanley County basketball to start the second quarter. Both teams with 8 turnovers apiece, but it was the 6 and 8 points from Jaden Yeager and Ellie Nelson, who are the only two that have scored for Sully Buttes. And we'll get a whistle and a scoreboard turned off. And shot clock, so they'll have to reset here with 7:52 left to go. And they'll just try this over. They'll put the shot clock at 28. And let's see what they just reset here. Now they'll double check once again. And looks like they are satisfied. This is the officiating crew. 7:52, 28 seconds on the shot clock. Walker will trigger it in. And we'll give it off there to Norman. Norman will give it once again to Walker. Walker looking. Now give it off there to Deal. Deal will fire a shot. No good. She falls to the floor. And that is going to be basketball going to Sully Buttes. Deal is one of the players Coach really was mentioning to have to really watch for here in this one. Chargers will start Miley Wise, Shadow Alley, Beeler, J.C. Yeager, Scotland Kinney, and Jaden Yeager here in this second quarter. Stanley County going to go with Addie Deal. We'll go with Austin Norman, Kenzie Hall. Got Jariah Walker, and also it is Hannah Tedder. As that shot there from Kinney is no good. Out of bounds. Last deflected there by Stanley County. And Sully Buttes will keep it. 7:21 to go. Yeager triggered in, gets it right to Kinney, but it's going to be a turnover. It's taken away. There was Kenzie Hall. Now the Lady Buffaloes will slow things down. Deal at the top. Weishauer matched up with her defensively. As Chargers showing man-to-man. There's the give to Deal. Loses it for a moment. Now fight for the basketball will be a jump ball. Arrow will go to Sully Buttes. Van Westfall going to check in for J.C. Yeager. Still looking for the first score here of the second quarter, even though a minute has now gone by. Bueller, give it off to Weishottle. Weishottle looking, and we'll have they are going to say it's a foul away from the basketball, and they're going to give it off to Allie Bueller, who picks up foul number 1 on the evening. Don't have it on the scoreboard, but that is what the officials have called. We'll give it off there to Walker. Walker off to Tedder, who can't get that shot to go. Running it down, though, was Kinsey Hall. That's another whistle. Skyland Kinney picks up foul number 2 in the first half. Ollie Nelson going to get set to check in. They'll trigger it in, wide open is Hall underneath, left side layup good. 14-8. It's a 6-point game for Sully. Basically, it's been 10. And Kinney will turn it over, stolen there by Norman. Norman on the far side, now give it off to Deal. Thought about a 3, 1 dribble pull up, 2. He's going to be no good. Weishottle with the rebound. Yeager on the drive, give it off to Kinney with a mid-range jumper. Weishottle will grab it, give it off to Bueller for 2. That one's good. Weishottle doing the rebound duties, giving it there to Allie Bueller for the buckets. It's back to an 8-point game. 16-8 on your Ringneck Energy and Venture Communications scoreboard. Bueller trying to guard defensively, and Stanley County almost throwing it away, but saved it was Jariah Walker, and now it will go out of bounds. And Sully Buttes will get it back. Ellie Nelson will check in. Weishottle will check out with 5:40 left to go here in this first half. Bueller to bring it up over that midcourt logo, interlocking SB. To Nelson, swing it over there to Kinney. Now we'll give it off to Bueller. Bueller with the give to Nelson on the cut. Westfall triple from the right side, in and out. And it's going to be Kinney who was trying to get the rebound but couldn't secure the basketball. So back to Stanley County after the miss 3 from Westfall. Ball will bring it up now. Checks with Coach Voshin. See what they want to run here. And off to Norman. Norman picks it up, they'll over the Hall now. Back now to Walker. Walker has that swat away from Yeager, and it's going to be saying last touch there by Walker. She was trying to keep possession of it. And Sully Buttes will get it back. Bernie to bring it down. Starters in besides Ellie Nelson, who checked in for Weishottle a moment ago. Almost lost it with Sully Buttes. Nelson to Yeager, driving in the right side, and double dribble will turnover. Sully Buttes with turnover number 11. Stanley County with 9 here in this first half. Once again, it'll be the slow walk by Norman. First time really the Chargers all season haven't played against somebody who's been a run and gun team. Those teams have really kind of just taken the advantage of it as Walker will have that go out of bounds. But the pace of play has favored Sully Buttes to start this one off. Bernie, swing it over to Westfall. Westfall will make her way in. Now give it off to Yeagers. We'll slash in on the dribble drive, and we'll get a foul. Have a start and stop now pace really entering this one as Austin Norman picks up the foul. She'll pick up her first. Checking in for Lady Buffalo's Ryan Bothwell, who will check in. Westfall to send it into Kinney. On the near side, hand off Yeager. Long 2 is good. Jaden Yeager with 10 points here in the first half. It's back to a 10-point lead at 4:15 left to play. 18-8. Sully Buttes staying on top. There's now Foshin. She'll look to give it off there to Taylor, and it's going to be a foul on Sully Beats, and it's going to be Skylar Kinney who picks up her third foul of the half, and Avery Smith will have to check in for Skylar Kinney, and he's watching the video, you know the frustration she is showing. So they'll reset here with 4:06 to play. Inbound goes to Tedder. Tedder's going to put it off the glass, and a whistle will put Tedder to the line to shoot a pair. And this foul going to go to Avery Smith, who picks up foul number 1. Tedder at the line, Stanley County, 2 of 4 from the charity stripe here this evening. So 5th and 6th free throws coming up, and the first one is going to be off the mark. The substitution for Tedder coming in just a moment. It looks like Taylor Barta going to check in after the free throw. That's if it will go in. And that will wave off the free throw. That sudden pause there. Saw Walker go just a little bit early, but Tedder is going to check out. Walker going to check in. 18-8, 4:03 left to go here in the first half. Bernie will bring it up again. Goes over that midcourt stripe. Goes far side wing. Up top down to Nelson. Swing it to Westfall. Westfall looking to the give in the paint for Yeager. And that one's going to be a foul on free throws coming up. 3:53 left to go here in the first half. Now going to go against Bothwell. Picks up her first. And that will be the team's, just the second team foul of the quarter. Yeager's free throw, first one, will hit off the back iron and not go in. Sully County Sheriff's Office wants to remind you to be an example. Driving sober shows your passengers and others that you take responsibility for them. This message from the Sully County Sheriff's Office: don't drink and drive. Yeager makes the second free throw, goes 1 of 2 from the line. She has 11 here in the first half. Bothwell gets the screen at the top now, picks up her dribble, giving off to Walker in the paint. Nelson tries to poke that away. She does, but it's picked up there by Norman. Norman get it off the Deal. Deal driving right side. They'll wave off the shot on a foul on the floor, but it's going to put Stanley County in the bonus either way. So yeah, that's going to be 2 free throws coming. I was going to say they were setting up for an inbound play, but Deal going to go to the line and shoot 2. Jaden Yeager picks up foul number 1 of the game for her. No scoring second quarter, just 7 points scored. Deal will make the first. Back to a 10-point lead at 19-9. Have your Lincoln Ag Construction and Hawaii Grain halftime report coming up here in just a few moments. Second free throw is good. So that's a perfect trip for Stanley County. That's their first of the night. Nelson give off to Westfall on the near wing. Makes her way to the top, swinging over to Nelson, now to Smith. Smith looking for Yeager, back to Nelson. Give it off to Bernie, gonna drive in. She'll float it up, and it's gonna drop to the right side. And Norman will pick up and secure the rebound. Norman trying to get separation from Nelson. Now we'll try to zip the pass in there, and they'll get Bernie on a reach. So I will put Stanley County back to the line. We're going to go to the foul stripe and shoot 2. 3:06 left to play. Already picked up foul number 2 there just a moment ago. Arda, first free throw. Little miss. Got one more free throw here. She is 1 of 2 at the line here, so I'll have one more. 4 of 8. And one more free throw here. 3:06 left to go as Coach Rulin giving instructions to her team. Arda fires the second one. That's going to be no good. It's going to be rebounded, though, by Kenzie Hall. but giving it to Sully Buttes. Nelson looks for Yeager. We'll get that out to Birdie. Birdie 3 from the near wing. Yep, you bet. Brooklyn Birdie with a triple makes it now 22-10 with 2:43 left to go. That's the biggest lead for Sully Buttes here this evening. Norman going to try to answer with her own 3. Couldn't get that one to go, and that's going to be out of bounds with 2:35 left to go. Looking opportunity there from Norman trying to answer with her own 3, and just wasn't able to get that one to go in. Westfall to Smith. Smith with a mid-range jumper. Couldn't get that one to go. And it's going to be grabbed there by Hall. Hall on the near side. Now we'll attack on the left side, and we'll get another foul on Sully Buttes. Looks like Westfall going to pick up the foul. It's going to send Hall to the charity line. That will be the 3rd on the Vale Westfall. So Miley Weisheitel going to check in here. As Hall will fire the first, and we'll bank it off the glass and in. 22-11 on your Ringneck Energy Venture Communications scoreboard. Oh, look at make a perfect trip for the second time for the Lady Buffaloes tonight. Second one off the mark. Nelson rebound. Also going to bring it over the midcourt line. Give it off to Yeager with 2:07 to play. Yeager looks for the give to Smith. Smith will swing it to Nelson. Nelson the birdie at the top. Now to Weisheitel. Nelson will swing it around the arc. Down give inside to Nelson. Nelson pick out Yeager. Baseline drive. Fire a mid-range jumper from 10 and couldn't get that one to go as Ellie Nelson picked up the rebound once again. And she will have a foul there going against Addie Deal. Deal picks up foul number 2 as Nelson will inbound it from the near side. Nelson looks long pass intended there for Birdie. Nelson's able to get it after Birdie last touched it. Yeager thought about it. Goes on the drive to the right side, and she's fouled. Jaden Yeager going to go right back to the line. She is 3 of 4 here on the evening with 1:45 here to go in the half. So we're going to get Brian Walker with foul number 3 as Yeager will make the first. Get you one more free throw here. Then they're going to check back in as she'll check in for Walker again. 3 fouls, so that's Skylar Kinney for Sully Buttes. And now you got Walker for Stanley County. Second one is no good. As Nelson will be the last one to have that out of bounds. 1:45 to play. 23-11 your score on your Ringneck Energy and Venture Communications scoreboard. Norman will make her way to the far side. Now we'll go baseline drive. Looks for the long pass there to Deal, and that will be out of bounds. And I'll say it was last deflected there by the Chargers. So Norman will inbound it now baseline far side. Looking to find somebody. Deal is wide open underneath on the left side, and she'll get it to go. Deal's got 7. Back to a 10-point game. Nelson to Weisheitel. Weisheitel going to go on the drive. Now picks it up. Now has to give it off to Nelson. Nelson will give it off to Yeager. Pass over to Bueller. Bueller looks to Nelson at the top. Final 70 seconds here of the first half. Weisheitel now matched up there by Barta. Stanley County shows 2-3 zone. Nelson for 3. Banks it in. (26-13) as Nelson's got 9. 2 of them from 3-point land, and it's going to be an offensive foul. They get Deal on the offensive foul, so she has now picked up her 3rd of the half. Coach Fashion gets the quick explanation there. Now we'll get a check-in as Jesse Fashion is going to check in now. So Stanley County's going to have a couple of players in foul trouble after halftime. Chargers are going to have a couple as well. So both teams now have a couple of players with 3 fouls in the first half. Nice shot on the Jaeger as she goes around the world and she puts it in. Kind of make that little loop inside the paint, and it pays off with a bucket there from Jaden Jaeger. 30 seconds to go. Caution. Fires along two. That will swirl out as Westfall will grab it. It was a long two. Nice shot with the 3rd rebound of the half. Sully is going to hold for the final shot. It's Beeler at the top. 11 seconds to go. Beeler wraps up by Barta. Looking. We'll give it off there to Nelson. Nelson to Jaeger. Jaeger fires a 3 from the right side. Will bounce off the iron. Smith trying to put it up. And with 1 second left to go, we're going to put Tavery Smith to the line. Foul going to go against Barta, who's trying to go for the rebound. Tavery Smith get a chance at the line. First one, Joe banking off the glass and in for the free throw line. Tavery Smith makes the first free throw, so we'll have 1 second on the clock. 29-13. One of the best halves for Sully Buttes here this season. Smith for the second one, no good, and that will conclude the first half. Chargers end on a free throw made by Tavery Smith. They outscored the Lady Buffaloes 15-7 in the second quarter alone. We'll step aside 2 minutes and get you a halftime report brought to you by Hawaii Grain and Lincoln Now Construction. Back in 2 minutes for first half stats.
AGE Corporation's contractors and crane service are proud supporters of Sully Butte Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
Terry and Peggy Barber and family with Brett's Spray Service in Pierre, Oneida would like to wish the Sully Buttes Chargers good luck with tonight's game and all season long. Call Brett's Spray Service today at 258-2743 for all your aerial application and retail chemical sales needs. The Barbers would like to remind you what Henry Ford once said, that when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
Venture Communications provides blazing fast speeds for affordable internet services. Streaming has never been so easy as it is with these super fast speeds. Don't want to leave the house to mail in that pesky bill? That's okay. Venture Communications allows you to pay your bill online or with an e-bill mobile app. They have local support to help with all of your needs. Contact Venture Communications at 605-852-2224 or visit our website at venturecom.net. Building new, remodeling a little or a lot, or replacing the old with the new, Oliver Construction in Oneida is reliable, honest, and affordable in helping you make your house the home you've always dreamed of. Large or small, inside or out, give Oliver Construction a call at 295-2289 for all of your home construction and remodeling needs. Oliver Construction, 295-2289.
Halftime here at your Lincoln Out Construction in Hawaii Grain. Halftime show is going to be the Sully Buttes Chargers with a 29-13 lead at the halftime break, courtesy of your Venture Communication and Ringneck Energy scoreboard. Chargers outscored the Lady Buffaloes 14-6 after 1 and 15-7 after 2. 2 lead changes which occurred in the early stages of the first quarter there. They were going back and forth for just a moment, but it has been all Chargers since. Currently, no ties in the contest. Turnovers for Stanley County, 12 for Sully Buttes. And take a look at shooting here in this first half. The Lady Buffaloes would go 4 of 19 from the field, 0 of 4 from three-point land, and 5 of 11 from the charity stripe in the first half. For the Chargers, they would go 10 of 23 from the field at 43%, 3 of 5 from three-point land, and 50% from the free throw line at 6 of 12. Rebounding, I have Chargers with 17, Stanley County with 11 in the first half. And fouls, Chargers with 12, and Stanley County with 11. But there's going to be a couple of players for both teams in that first half that are going to be having some foul troubles to kind of pay attention to. So we will tell you more about that in the individual statistics, which is coming up next after this 2-minute timeout here on Country 95.3 as we continue your halftime show brought to you by Lincoln Down Construction and Hawaii Grain. Let's actually take a 90-second timeout.
Score big on your next vehicle purchase with Lamb Motor Company in Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre. Check out their large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at any one of their locations, or go online to lambmotor.com. That's LAMBMOTOR.com. Or give them a call today at 800-952-2222. Lamb Motor Company of Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre.
Whitner Seed Farm, already known for high-quality certified seed wheat, and now they're your Beck Hybrids dealer. Jesse and Sherry Whitner and family are proud supporters of students and athletes of Sully Buttes and wish them all the best this season. Whitner Seed Farm is the industry leader in variety, selection, seed treatments, and their loading is second to none. Visit WhitnerSeedFarm.com or give Jesse a call at 605-280-0152. Your source for seed for every acre. Located in Agar and Oneida, Whitner Seed Farm, 605-280-0152. Eric's Custom Repair supports Sully Butte Sports and its athletes. Eric's Custom Repair is your trusted mechanic located in Agar. Stop into the gas and convenience store to fuel up and fill up too. Eric's Custom Repair, located on Highway 83 in Agar. Call today to schedule an appointment. 605-258-2137. That's 605-258-2137 for Eric's Custom Repair of Agar. Go get 'em, Chargers.
29-13, your halftime score here on your Lincoln Out Construction Hawaii Grain halftime show. Individual numbers looking like this. We'll start with Stanley County. It's led by Addie Deal. She has 7 points in the contest. You got Drea Walker, who has 2 in the ball game here so far for Stanley County. You have Bardo, who has 1. Kenzie Hall with 3. And that is your scoring here in the first half for Stanley County. For the Chargers, it's led by Jaden Yeager, who has 14 points in the first half. That has 3 rebounds to account for. Ellie Nelson with 9 and 5. Allie Dealer with 2 in the rebound. But Glenn Burney has a 3. And Avery Smith with a point on the line in the first half. So those are your individual numbers. Some key notes foul-wise. Van Westfall with 3 fouls. Scotland Kitty for the Chargers with 3 fouls as well. So both teams will have 2 fouls, or 2 players with 3 fouls. For Stanley County, that is going to be Addie Deal and Jariah Walker. So we'll see how both these 2 teams kind of enter that second half. Are they going to start them? Are they going to maybe just kind of hang on for a moment before they put them back into the game? We don't know. We'll find out here in just a moment. So those are your individual statistics. We do need to get you a student council, or Sully Beach Student Council report brought to you by Brett Spray Service. That's coming up in 90 seconds here on Country 95.3.
Oahe Grain in Oneida has been doing business with you, the producer, since 1954. They're one of the largest privately owned elevators in central South Dakota. Their friendly and knowledgeable team of employees is there for you. With 220-foot truck scales and 5 dump pits, they're sure to get you back to the farm quickly. They also have a 110-car shuttle loading facility and have 2 grain dryers to help serve you in all your grain handling needs. Call Oahe Grain Corporation in Oneida at 258-2811 or check them out at oahegraincorp.com. Grain is their middle name.
With over 40 years of experience, Lake and Out Construction Incorporated is your one-stop shop for grain handling on the farm or commercial. From repairs to complete new build projects, we've got the expertise to take on the toughest jobs. We're a proud authorized Sukup dealer ready to meet all your grain bin needs with quality products and dependable service. Call Todd today at 605-295-0011 for quality work backed by a crew you can trust. From Todd, Gary, Legina, and the entire Lake and Out Construction crew, good luck Chargers on a winning season.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
For the third quarter here, but just a moment we will get you that. It's now time for your halftime student council or Sully Butte Student Council report. It's brought to you by Brett's Spray Service, letting us know what's going on around the local teams and also for Sully Butte High School. Well, there is going to be some e-learning tomorrow for the Agar Oneida Blunt School District, so something to pay attention to. You do need to, for middle school and high school, need to email the email on the Facebook page by noon to receive attendance credit. Or if the internet's down, just give them a text or a call on that number. This is a middle school and high school requirement. Only one message per household will be working as well. Elementary teachers will maintain a checklist for each parent and student contact for attendance purposes. If you don't respond to the email or say anything, you're going to be counted as out. So, Jeremy, you might have to make sure you're staying on top of that for tomorrow. I'm just giving him a hard time. Big thanks again once to Jeremy for helping us with the camera. Take a look on Friday. There's going to be girls wrestling and Pier. That is a 4 o'clock. But again, if you didn't hear the morning show this morning, John Winkler mentioned maybe some things just to pay attention to with the cold and seeing how that's changed. We've already seen some school cancellations or e-learning days like Sully Butte is going to have here tomorrow as well. Saturday, it'll be boys wrestling at Winter. That's going to be a 10 o'clock start, in the boys basketball team, which will be at the Dakota Valley Classic. It will be in Coleman on Saturday. That's a 4:30 start. They're taking on a team from Minnesota who is right now undefeated on the season, and they're playing the second best team. So they're number one. They're taking on the number 2 team tonight. We'll have that pregame right up here tomorrow on our website, kccrradio.com. Monday, middle school boys basketball at Fulton. It's a 5:30 tip-off. Tuesday, it's boys basketball at Stanley County at 6:30 for start times. Middle school boys at Stanley County as well. Those are a 4:30 start. Middle school wrestling at Ipswich on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And Thursday, it's a doubleheader at Hitchcock-Tulane for basketball. So that is your student council report brought to you by Brett's Spray Service. Let's get you ready for the third quarter. It will be Stanley County basketball as we are underway here. And the Chargers and Stanley County are going to go ahead and have those players, Nevaeh Westfall, Scott Lake Katie for Sully Butte, and also for the Lady Buffaloes, they're going to have Walker and Deal start the half with 3 fouls for all 4 of them, 2 for each team here. As we have a whistle, and we'll stay with Stanley County. Not sure what the confusion is. They're resetting the shot clock to 23 seconds. Walker will inbound it from the sideline. Inbound will go to Norman. Norman matched up by Westfall as Chargers show man-to-man defense. We'll get a whistle and another look at the shot clock. Only 1 second went down on the shot clock. So now we're figuring out what's going on. They had the scoreboard reset at halftime, so not sure what exactly is going on here. Now they're reset to 17. So we'll try it one more time here. 7:42 left to go, 17 on the shot clock. And they'll just do the exact same thing, but this time on the near side. Walker once again goes to Norman as Sully Butte's run man-to-man defense. Norman off there now to Hall. Hall will fire a 3. It's going to be no good. Second chance by Boston is no good either, and that will be out of bounds. Last touch there by Weishottle. And it'll be Stanley County basketball with the shot clock reset. Inbound from Norman, looking, continues, gets it off to Deal. Deal left side, and she'll be fouled. And she'll go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. So the Sully Bees pick up team foul number 1 here. Jaden Yeager will pick up that first team foul of the half, second personal for Yeager. Deal at the line has 7 points, leading the scoring for Stanley County as she will make the first. Make that now 8. Stanley County 6 of 12 from the line here this evening. We'll get one more free throw, and that one's good as well. Making now 29-15, 14-point lead. Chargers have had the lead for essentially the entirety of this one, except for those first moments of the game. Stanley County did strike first as Yeager on the cut pass from Bernie is good. Jaden Yeager with 16. It's a 16-point lead, biggest lead of the contest. Stanley County had a 2-point lead in that first quarter as they got the first bucket of the game. Deal, drive, looks for Hall, does get it to her, now passes in there to Walker. Walker on Kinney. Kinney will deflect that and pick up foul number 4. And Skylar Kinney is going to have to check right back out. And she picks up foul number 4 here, and that disappointing look as the first free throw there from Jeriah Walker is good. 15-point lead at 31-15. Or, excuse me, 31-16. Thought that first one went in. Second one is good as well, so I thought she made both, but I could be wrong here. So scoreboard has it at 31-16. Not sure why. Now they fix it to 31-17. On the other end, Stanley County will get the turnover. That'll be turnover number 13 for Sully Buttes. Deal is going to be fouled, and that's going to be a foul on the floor, though. So that was before the shot. Yep, that'll be the case. Yeager picks up foul number 3 now. 6:37 to play. Inbound, Walker will spin away but put up a shot. No good as Westfall grabs it and is fouled. Westfall with a couple of rebounds. The foul allows Sully Buttes to get back. Foul on Kenzie Hall. She picks up foul number 3. And Yeager now on the drive. Gives it off to Bernie. Bernie going to fire one from 15. Couldn't get that jumper to go. And will be a tie-up as Westfall and Hall will be the ones tied up there. It will stay Sully Buttes basketball with 6:19 to go. Westfall will trigger it in near side. As inbound will go to Nelson. One dribble in the paint, puts up the shot. It will hit off the back iron. And it's going to be Foshin who gets the rebound, and it's sold away by Berklin Burney. Stays with Sully Buttes. Westfall near side wing. Gives it off to Yeager. Wide open left side lane as she gets it to go. Jaden Yeager with 18. 5:55 left to go. It's 33-17. Venture Communication and Ringneck Energy scoreboard. Deal has it. It's up there by Weishottle. Weishottle took a hit there from the screen, but the shot no good for Stanley County as Ellie Nelson will bring down the basketball. Nelson, started there by Deal, and you're going to get a foul on Deal. I think she picks up foul number 4. That will be the case as now Weishottle is taking a couple of hits there. Oh, they're going to give that an offensive foul. Wow, okay. I apologize for the confusion there. It looked like, based on everything, it kind of is a shock to everybody here because you thought kind of the assumption was a blocking foul, and then they changed it to a foul on Weishottle. So she picks up foul number 2. Take away the foul from Deal. She still has 3. Deal in the paint. Almost took it away there by Nelson. Put up the shot, and she gets it to go in. So Nelson it's Deal who puts up that shot, gets it to go in, who had a foul, what was appearing to be a foul just a moment ago, now has a chance for a three-point play. That's to make it a 13-point lead. That's good. I thought it was just one free throw. That is. That's why nobody was doing anything. There was some confusion there. Allie Bueller will check in for Weisscheidel. So three-point play is good for Deal. She's got a quick 5 here to start the second half. Bernie gives it off to Nelson at the top. Now swinging down to the wing for Bernie. Yeager, one dribble off there to Westfall. Back to Nelson. Deal almost takes it away. Nelson, she's going to fire a long 2. That one going to be off the mark, and it's going to be brought down there by Norman. 13-point lead, 33-20 here in the third quarter with 4:55 to go. Deal almost loses it. Now will be the last one to touch it out of bounds, and it'll be Sully Buttes basketball. .450 to play. Bernie over the midcourt logo. Goes from left to right. Now giving off there to Nelson as both teams have flipped directions here in this second half. Nelson kick out. Bernie, quick catch and shoot 3. Will take one bounce. Yeager rebound. Put back up is good. Jaden Yeager has 20 in the game. It's now 35-20. Here's Hall. Gets the screen. She'll try to answer with a 3. Couldn't get that one to go. Fight for the basketball. Will be on the floor. Hall calls for it, but a timeout might have just saved the possession, and it will. Nice job there by Hall. Coach Fashion says, let's get a timeout, save the possession, and get an extra one here. Full timeout. Here, we'll take a quick 30. 4:13 left to play. Sully Buttes 35, Stanley County 20. We're back here in 30 seconds.
Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical wishes good luck to the Sully Buttes Chargers. Growers, call Ken or Jack for all of your planting and harvesting solutions at 258-2708. That's 258-2708. Barber Farm Services and Barber Chemical, located under the White Water Tower, 2 miles south of Oneida. They know that hard work does pay off. Go Sully Buttes Chargers, from all of us at Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemical.
4:13 to play here in the third quarter. It's Sully Buttes 35, Stanley County 20. Sully Buttes seeking their second win of the season. As Stanley County looking for win number 1 on the year. No seniors for the Stanley County team. I mentioned we got quite a few 8th graders on this roster. A 3, 4, that's 6 on the varsity roster suited up here tonight. Chargers looking to make it 13 in a row against Stanley County, though. Yeah, Stanley County does get the basketball. It was almost could have been a tie up there, but Coach Fashion saying timeout, get an extra possession here. 9 on the shot clock. Fashion will fall to the floor. It'll be a foul on Sully Buttes. I believe Bernie just picked up the foul, and that will be foul number 4 for Brooklyn Bernie. And that is free throws here for the Lady Buffaloes as well. Well, Hall is at the line. She's got 3 on the night. Make that 4. Sully County Sheriff's Office does want to remind you to be a good sport, whether at the field or in the gym. Good sportsmanship is a responsibility, whether you're at home or on the road. Show your respect to the players, the fans, and the facility. Arrive alive. This message from the Sully County Sheriff's Office. Perfect trip there for Hall, as has been a common occurrence here for Stanley County tonight. Chargers now, next possession. It's J.C. Yeager, Allie Bueller, Jaden Yeager, Nevaeh Westfall, and Ellie Nelson, the 5 in for the Chargers. Bueller going to fire a quick catch and shoot 3. No good. Deal trying to save it, and he'll be the last one to have contact, and the officiating crew is like, hold up, wait, my fault. As Coach Ruling was not thrilled that one was about to go Stanley County's way. Dagger gets the inbound, and we'll get a whistle and a, looks like a foul. Looks like they're going to get Norman on the reach. And that will be the case. So Norman picks up foul number 2. And the Chargers just will reset here with 3:41 left to go. Beeler now makes her way to the far side wing. Looking. Now we'll give it off there to Westfall. Westfall now looks it to Yeager. Yeager will fire a 3. That's going to be no good. Rebound is picked up, though, by Deal. Deal will lose it, and it will be Sully Beach basketball. It is also 9 o'clock here from Oneida and Pierre. KLXS Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station, Country 95.3, and online at pierrecountry.com. Westfall will give it off there to J.C. Yeager. Pump fake now into the paint. Gives it off to Nelson at the top. Nelson to Yeager looking for the pass as Norman will touch it last there, trying to go for the steal, and it will stay with the Chargers. 3:06 to play here in the third quarter. Chargers up by 13 at 35-22. Inbound to Nelson, swing it up top to Yeager. Here now, we'll give it up there to Nelson. Nelson on the drive, right side, puts up the shot, no good. Westfall though, rebound, tries to put it back up. And now we got a tie up on the floor. And the jump ball will favor the Lady Buffaloes. So Stanley County now is going to have Marta. They'll have Norman on the court. They got Deal still out there, Dry Walker, and they also have Hall in there as well. Walker and Deal, who entered the half with 3 fouls, have done a good job avoiding those fouls in the second half. This shot there from Stanley County. Westfall getting her 3rd rebound of the half. Beeler to Yeager, swing up to Nelson. Nelson will give it back off to Yeager on the far side. Chargers working the far side now to Nelson. 20 on the shot clock to Westfall. Back out Beeler. Catch and shoot 3. He's going to take a few bounces and it won't go in. Deal once again back with the basketball. Deal right side, underhand, scoop and score. Got to go. Deal leading the scoring for Stanley County at 14 points this evening. Westfall, crossover, giving off there to Nelson. Nelson's going to put off there to Yeager. Yeager will give it and a timeout. Going to stop the clock with 1:56 left to go as Coach Ruling will spend a full timeout. 1:56 left to play. It's an 11-point game with Sully Buttes leading 35-24. We'll step aside. We're back in 30 here on Country 95.3. Online at Country 95.3 Sports.
Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
.56 left to play here in the third quarter. Chargers take a timeout as Coach Ruling spends a 60. And that'll be her 3rd timeout taken out of the half. 1:56 left to go. Venture Communications scoreboard shows an 11-point lead for Sully Buttes at 35-24. Stanley County has outscored the Chargers at 11-6 here in the third quarter. My Bridgeco with you. Jeremy on the camera. Sydney back in the studio, keeping us live here on the air as Westfall will inbound it to Nelson, and it's going to be a jump ball. And jump ball will just keep it right there for Sully Buttes. We'll just try it again from the same spot. Westfall inbound to Yeager, swing it to Nelson on the far wing. Back now to Westfall. Westfall firing a 3. That will be overshot there, but brought down by J.C. Yeager. Now it's Jaden Yeager. Will secure the basketball back down to J.C. Bueller. Left corner 3 will hit off the back iron. Nelson will put it back up That one's no good either in a couple of opportunities. And no points for the Chargers as Jariah Walker grabs the rebound. Norman now back up top. We'll give it off to Walker. Walker on that elbow. Back now to Hall. Match up there by Westfall. Zip in to Walker. Now back to Barta in the paint. Kick out. Bosch in for three. It's going to bounce right down to Allie Bueller. And Stanley County still looking for their first three of the night. They're 0 of 8 from three-point land. Final 60 seconds here in the third quarter. Bueller to Yeager. Coach Williams telling them to move the basketball a little bit more. Could have been a travel right there, but the deflection saves the possession for the Chargers. Yeager noses that one, and that'll be a blocking foul on Stanley County. It looks like they'll get Barta for the foul. And that'll be team foul number 3. Stanley County defensively has had a pretty decent night. They put Chargers in the bonus, but it's been in the late stages of the quarters. There's Yeager. We'll swing it over to Jaden Yeager now. Now they give it to Nelson on the left side, Puts up the shot, rolls around the iron. Westfall tries to put it back up. Bueller, second chance, and will get it to go. Bueller gets her second bucket of the evening. It makes it now 37-24. Final 16 seconds here. Shot clock is turned off. Hall's going to fire one off the glass. Nelson getting the rebound, and now it's the Chargers with the final chance. 9 seconds to go. Yeager looking for Westfall. Westfall will spin on the baseline. Kick out, and they're going to call a travel call with 4.2 left to go. So Stanley County can basically catch it and fire it with 2 seconds. It's going to hit off the scoreboard, or the glass, and we have played 24 minutes of basketball. 37-24 as we enter the final 8 minutes here on KLXS Pure Country 95.3. Online at Country 95.3 Sports. We're back in 60 seconds.
The Sully Chargers are on fire, and so is our grill. Before you head to the field or the court, stop by the corner. We're celebrating the Chargers. Come fill your tank, grab a drink, snack, and show your team spirit with us. It's where Charger Nation gets ready to go. For either home or away game, fill up your car and your stomach. Call ahead if you're running late at 605-258-2400. Order your pizza or burgers and have them waiting on you. The corner is located on Highway 83.
Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, they make banking easier with convenient mobile banking. Enjoy on-the-go, secure access to your account balances, recent account activity, and check images, as well as the ability to transfer funds and make mobile deposits. Visit mysunrisebank.com today or download the mobile banking app. Sunrise Bank Dakota is a proud sponsor of Sully Buttes athletics and activities and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, member FDIC.
Final 8 minutes of basketball here on Country 95.3, I should say, regulation in this one. Chargers 37, Stanley County 24. Stanley County outscored the Chargers in that third quarter at 11-8. Stanley County basketball to start the fourth quarter. Walker, Tedder, Norman, Deal, and Chargers will poke it away. It's Weishadow who will travel with it. I was going to say the 5 out there. Also, Bothwell is in for the Lady Buffaloes. Chargers going to roll out their starting 5. Miley Weishadow, Jaden Yeager, Nevaeh Westfall, Brooklyn Burney, and Scotland Kinney. Scotland Kinney playing with 4 fouls here in this fourth quarter. Chargers looking to make it 13 in a row against the Lady Buffaloes. Last win for Stanley County has been since 2009. And Stanley County looking to break that streak and get their first win of the season. We'll get a whistle as Walker was trying to back her way in for an easier shot, and will get the payoff, but has to earn it at the foul line. Miley Weishadow picking up the foul. This is her third of the contest. Stanley County just 6 main shots from the field. They have done a good job at the line tonight as Walker makes the first free throw. 37-25. Walker with 5 points. Stanley County has shot now 14 of 20 from the free throw line. Really good shooting from the line tonight from Stanley County. Bernie gives it off to Yeager. Baseline from the left side. Couldn't get the first shot to go. Second shot, no good. Skyland Kinney trying to fight for the rebound, and a second chance here for Sully Buttes. That one going to have a foul. And that's going to be, like I said, that was on the shot. They are. So Berkland Bernie is going to go to the line for 2 free throws here. Get the foul off there to, saying it's going against Addison Norman, but I don't see a 14 out there. I'm assuming it's going to be Austin Norman who picks up the foul. Get one more free throw here with 7:12 left to go. Second free throw also not good. It's rebounded there by Norman, so Bernie will go 0 of 2 from the line. There's a give to Walker. Kinney pokes it away, though. It'll be a turnover, and she'll slow it down. Look to give it off there to Bernie. Bernie will bounce pass it off to Yeager. Yeager will fake to give one way. Now to Westfall. Westfall to Bernie. So they're just swinging around right now. Shot clock at 19. Bernie has that poked away there from Bothwell, but getting it back. Kinney now on the far wing, and we'll get another whistle as a reach there from Tedder. Will put the basketball on the sideline. They have the clock at 35 seconds, even though there wasn't a shot there. 6:36 left to go. Davery Smith going to check in for Westfall here. Bernie gets the inbound from Smith. Makes her way now to the right side. Yeager cut and went a little too fast, but is able to recover what could have been turnover there from Sully Buttes. Kinney to Smith. Shot clock at 20. Back to Weishottle. Weishottle far side baseline drive. Bounce pass it off to Kinney, and it's going to be a foul on Stanley County. And that will be a foul on Tedder, who picks up her second of the evening. Yeager now at the top. The shot clock does reset. Is at 30 now. There's a swing to Kinney and a long offensive possession here. Weishottle looking now to Smith. Swing it over to Yeager now with under 6 to play here in the fourth quarter. Bernie looking. We'll give it off there to Weishottle. Weishottle bounce pass it off to Kinney in the paint. Kick out. Smith on the elbow. Will hit off the glass, and now we got to fight for the basketball. Smith falls to the floor, and we'll get a timeout by Coach Rilling. Weishottle falls to the floor, holding on to it for dear life, and we'll have the help by Coach Rilling for the timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. The Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office wants to remind you to be a good citizen, help out in your community, your friends and neighbors. Make Oneida strong and proud. Working together, we can all make the town great. Arrive alive. This message from the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office. Clock at 5:43 is Sully Buttes have really now let Stanley County kind of make their way back in drastically at 37-26 your score on your Venture Communication and Ringneck Energy scoreboard. Now the Chargers have still got the goose egg here in the fourth quarter, looking to break that here. They've had the basketball for quite some time here to start this fourth quarter as well. Chargers will disperse out of their timeout. So will Stanley County. Bernie to trigger it in from the far side. Bernie looking inbound. Smith will bounce pass it off to Kinney. It bounced off the leg, but possession will stay alive. 25 on the shot clock. Weishottle to Smith, and now to Yeager. Yeager will give it off there to Bernie. Bernie will swing it over now to Smith as they work it around the iron. Weishottle drive baseline to Kinney. Will get the foul as she was trying to put it up. Then it's going to be not. Well, it will be online. So 2 free throws coming up here, and that'll be Tedder picking up foul number 3 of the quarter. First free throw from Kinney, going to be off the mark. And we'll get one more free throw. Kinney still looking for first points here, trying to get a bucket here. As both players with birthdays today, seeking those first points of the night. Kinney trying to do it here at the line, and will do so. So Kinney goes 1 of 2. Makes it now 38-26 here with 5:18 left to go. Norman will swing it over there now to Bothwell. Now to Walker on the elbow. Walker looking. Skip pass over to Norman. 5:06 to play. Shot clock at 18. Drive by Norman. Now has to back out. Looks for the feed inside to Walker. Walker with 3 Chargers closing in. Norman on a quick catch and shoot as she had to set herself up. That's going to be no good, but it's Deal who will get the rebound. And with 5 seconds left to go, got to get a shot up. Tedder for the shot with 2 on the shot clock. And that's going to put Tedder at the line. Second team foul already for the Chargers. Stanley County already has 4 here in this fourth quarter. And Skyland Kinney has fouled out. Fouls out with a point since she got that free throw in just a moment ago. And we'll see Riley Weinheimer checking for Skyland Kinney. Also, it is Ellie Nelson. That is first free throw. Will be good. And timeout spent by Stanley County and Coach Foshin. We have 4:49 left to go. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute timeout as well. 4:49 to play. It is Chargers 38, Stanley County 27. We're back in 60 seconds on Country 95.3.
Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Before or after the game, get together with friends at the Blue Goose in Oneida. The Blue Goose has a relaxing atmosphere, and it's a great place to talk about the game. Not only that, but you can see info and pictures of past teams and players. It's history with the focus on the future. Be sure to kick back with friends and co-workers at the one spot that has it all. The Blue Goose in downtown Oneida. Proud to be a supporter of Sully Butte Sports.
Back here on Country 95.3, online at Country 95.3 Sports. White Bridge Go with you. Got Jeremy on the camera and Sydney back in the studio, keeping us here live on the air. 38-27 your score on your Venture Communication scoreboard. We got one more free throw coming up here for Hannah Tedder, who just got her first point of the evening. And we'll look to go 2 for 2. The note here, the final 4:49 is the second one. It's going to be no good. Chargers have 2 fouls to give. That is if that situation comes up, and we'll get a substitution is Kenzie Hall will check in for Stanley County. No changes for the Chargers. But Stanley County already has 14 fouls. Bernie trying to go all the way. Shot is deflected, though, by Walker. And Stanley County going to get it back. Beeler will check in on the next whistle. Shot 3, there's no good. Put it back up, it's Walker. So Walker with a put back after a missed 3 there from Hall has now cut this lead within single digits. The lead is now at 9. Weinheimer has it. Loses it for a moment. Deal matches up with her defensively. Long pass over to Nelson. Nelson tries to spin, crossover. Has it, fires a 3, takes a long pause, it goes in. And we got to stop. Binge of play. What is going to happen here? Are they going to say this is before the shot or after the shot? So the official is going to talk with the other one. And it's going to be The shot counts. So they are going to count the three from Ellie Nelson, who had a crossover move. And then you get a foul on Kenzie Hall, who will pick up foul number 4. Nice move there from Nelson. Really kind of had to stop that. Didn't really know if she wanted to fire that 3, but makes it in. And then you got Jaden Yeager at the line because of the foul that occurred away from the basketball. So this is because the bonus for Sully Buttes, and Yeager will shoot the first and will have it go in. So this could be a 5-point possession with the 3 and 2 free throws. And Westfall checks back in. And we'll get one more with 4:01 left to go. Chargers trying to capitalize on a 5-point possession. No good. Walker rebound. Walker having a big fourth quarter already. 8 points. He's got half of those here in the fourth quarter. That one poked away. Nelson trying to go for it. It's going to be a turnover. Picked up there by Yeager. Yeager left side with 4 Lady Buffaloes trying to close in. And that is going to be another foul. And the bonus is going to start paying off for the Chargers here as they have another trip to the line as Addie Deal picks up foul number 4. 42-29 is your score. Yeager, who just went 1-2 a moment ago with 2 more free throws. And she'll miss the first. Chargers 8 of 19 from the line here this evening. Yeager is at the line quite a bit here. This is her, looks to be 5th trip of the night. Second free throw also not good. And it'll be a violation on Stanley County. So late violation will allow Yeager to put 1 more free throw up. With 3:46 left to play. So a redemption free throw from Jaden Yeager pays it off. Yeager with 22 on the night. Ellie Nelson with 12. Those are the 2 Chargers in double-digit scoring. Stanley County has 1, and Addie Deal with 14. Walker in the paint, spins to the left side and lays it up and in. Brian Walker has 6 in this quarter. Lead still within reach here for the Lady Buffaloes. Sully Buttes trying to hold on. Stanley County has outscored Sully Buttes at 7-6 here in this fourth quarter. Westfall, after a little bit of confusion, Westfall will give it off there to Bueller. Bueller drive in the paint, over it out to Yeager. Yeager drive, puts up the shot off the glass. Maybe he was trying to get the call, couldn't get it to go in. And Norman comes down with the rebound after this shot from Yeager. Under 3 to play. Possessions coming up here for the Lady Buffalo. Shot no good. Save almost there by Hall. And it's going to be a Sully Buttes basketball. Stanley County not backing out yet. And Sully Buttes are going to have to make sure they don't allow the Lady Buffaloes to climb their way back in this one. Bueller over the midcourt stripe now. Makes her way to the far wing with a give off to Westfall. Westfall to Nelson. Swing it over to Smith. Smith right side. Picks up the dribble. Inside the paint. That one falls to the floor. Nelson just picks it right back up. And now we'll have that fall go out of bounds. And it will be last touched by Stanley County with 2:33 left to go. Westfall will trigger it in from the near side baseline. Inbound goes to Nelson. Has Hall to jump. Nelson or Bueller 3 is going to be no good, and it's going to be a first missed 3 of the quarter for the Chargers, who have been 4 of 12 from 3-point land tonight. Norman goes to left side, now goes to right. She'll fire a 3. That one is going to be off the glass to the right side. Last touch there by Bothwell. J.C. Yeager going to check in for Davery Smith. 2:14 left to go here in quarter number 4. Bueller over now to the near side and will fall to the floor, and that's going to be a push by Hall. Hall will now foul out of this ball game with 5 points and 4 rebounds, and Knowing the frustration and disappointment there from Kenzie Hall. Yeah, she will check out with five fouls, ending the night with 5 points and 4 rebounds. We get Jesse Foshin back in for Stanley County. And Beeler is at the line with 2:07 to go. Beeler will make the first. 44-31 with 2:07 to play. Yeah, we'll get one more here from Beeler. Beeler's second free throw is going to be good. Change the lineup. Brooklyn Burney will check in. And Beeler has the first perfect trip here of the fourth quarter for the Chargers. Final 2:05. Lead is now back up to 14. Bothwell couldn't secure the pass, and that'll be a turnover. Turnovers very big difference from the first half to the second half. Both these two teams have combined, I believe, just 6 turnovers, so both teams have taken care of the ball here in this second half. Burney now to Nelson. Nelson, Burney, Westfall, Yeager, and J.C. Yeager also in here for the Chargers. Nelson at the top looks for Yeager on the cut. Throws it in traffic, and it's another foul. 2 more free throws coming up, and once again, it will be Jaden Yeager, who's had 5 attempts from the line in this fourth quarter. It looks like Stanley County will start clearing that bench out. Yes, it'll be Addie Deal picking up her 5th foul, and she will end the night with 14 points and 4 rebounds. We'll get Aspen Lenz in the game. Also going to be checking in will be Addison Norman. They'll get also Lady Masteller and Ella Stitchla is in. So Stanley County electing to go ahead and start clearing that bench as Yeager will make the first. Bothwell will stay in for Lady Buffaloes. Sully Buttes have played everybody here tonight. Yeager going with a perfect trip from the line. We'll get Briley Weinheimer some more time here as Janie Yeager will check out. It looks like to be her night as she will finish with 24 points and 4 rebounds. Ellie Nelson has 12 and 8 on the night. Really good night here from Ellie Nelson. Honestly, a couple of really good games here in the back-to-back games. Nelson played that first game of the JV game. It'll be a turnover by Lady Buffaloes. And the Chargers look to have win number 13 in a row here against the Lady Buffaloes. 13 in a row in their 17th meeting since 2006. Nelson will be fouled and will make her trip to the line. So what is coming up here for the, what is coming up here for Sully Buttes? Well, the girls will be off for the rest of the week as they have played 2 games this week. And we'll go 1 for 1 as Nelson will miss the first free throw. Their next game coming up will be against Hitchcock Tulare, which will take place on the 29th, next Thursday. Second free throw from Nelson, no good. And Stanley County will bring it down with Bothwell. Sully Buttes will go to 2-10 on the year with a couple of games next week. They'll have Hitchcock Tulare on Thursday, Warner on Saturday. Those are both on the road. And that will conclude a 3 out of 4 games on the road. And for Stanley County here, I can have them pull up here as Nelson will give it off to Avery Smith. Now we'll pass it up there to J.C. Yeager. Stanley County going to still seek that first win of the season. Avery Smith's shot going to be no good. And it's going to be brought down there by Norman. Stanley County will have a date with Cheyenne Eagle Buttes on Saturday with 47 seconds left to go. Shot no good. It's rebounded by J.C. Yeager. So they'll have a day off before returning to action. Yeah, another foul and another trip to the line. And their next week is going to look like a couple of games as well. Gregory on Tuesday, followed by, on the 27th. Crow Creek on the 29th. First free throw from Ellie Nelson is good. One more free throw here in the final 39 seconds. We do have one more game this week, though, for coverage for you here on Country 95.3. Second free throw, no good there from Nelson. As it will be the Sully Buttes boys. They're going to be on the road at the Dakota Valley Classic. As they'll be shot clock separated by 3. That's a 4:30 tip-off estimate time, as it's going to be a whistle and 3 free throws coming up here for Stanley County. And they're going to be taking on Hills Beaver Creek is the name. They're a school from Minnesota, and they're making their trip. And that will be a fun test for the Chargers. The team, Hills Beaver Creek, has only scored less than 60 points one time the entire season. Chargers are 7-0 for the boys when they have scored 60+. But Hills Beaver Creek has been playing games in the 80s. Not back in the 80s, but has scored most of their points in the 80-point margin. As the second free throw is no good there from Bashin. And we'll get one more. Yeah, the student section are talking with Nevaeh Westfall and Scotland Kitty, who celebrate birthdays here today. As the second free throw is no good. Final 20 seconds here. As the Chargers will look to finish this one off. They could just hold it and let the time expire, as they'll pass it around. Coach Ruling is talking with their team. Looks like they're going to just hold it here. Final of this one, it's going to be a Sully Buttes win, 48-32, as they pick up their second win of the season. And we'll go to 2-10 on the year. Stanley County will continue to seek that first win of the season. We got your post-game show here on Country 95.3. Next, we'll take a 2-minute timeout and recap this one. Sully Buttes victorious in this one, 48-32 over Stanley County. We'll step aside. We're back in 2 minutes here on Country 95.3.
83 Ag Sales, we specialize in precision planting to help you create a growing environment that will maximize your efficiency and crop yields. We're committed to helping you improve your planting and production with the best technology available. Located in Oneida, 83 Ag Sales, here to make the most of your growing season. Call us at 605-222-5385. We can help you choose the right components for your equipment and your operation.
AGE Corporation's contractors and crane service are proud supporters of Sully Buttes Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Teamwork is important to Barber Chemical in Oneida. With a full-time agronomist, sprayers, and licensed applicators, they have the team to get the job done. Their fully stocked warehouse will always have the latest products and technology available. Service, quality, and efficiency. That's the game plan at Barber Chemical. See Barber Chemical for your soil and tissue sampling needs. Good luck, Chargers, from your teammates at Barber Chemical in Oneida.
It is a final from the Mark Zephyr court here on the campus of Sully Buttes High School, Oneida. Chargers pick up win number 2 of the season with a final of 48-32. So Stanley County going to be still looking for that first win of the season. As Stanley County drops to 0-12 on the year, Sully Buttes improved to 2-10 on the season. Chargers would outscore Stanley County in 3 of the 4 quarters. It was 14-6 after 1. Chargers was outscored 15-7 after 2. Making that halftime score 29-13. Chargers would add 8 with Stanley County outscoring the Chargers 11-8 in the third, making it 37-24. Sully Buttes, and in the fourth quarter, flip that around. Sully Buttes with 11, Stanley County with 8 in the fourth quarter. That makes your final score 48-32. 2 lead changes, no ties. Those lead changes occurred early in the first quarter, and it was Chargers basically from start to finish. 17 turnovers for the Lady Buffaloes, 13 for the Chargers. You mentioned turnovers kind of playing a big factor in this one, and it did so in favor of the Chargers in this one. Shooting-wise, we'll start with Stanley County. They would go 8 of 38 from the field at 21%, 0 of 12 from three-point land, 16 of 25 from the charity stripe. What a free throw day for Stanley County. I know they wish they would have the win on the scoreboard, but to go 16 of 25 at 64%, not a bad free throw performance for them. Chargers would go 15 of 46 from the field at 33%, 14 of 29 from the field, just under 50% at 48%, and 4 of 12 from three-point land. Again, all stats are unofficial. Rebounds, I had the Chargers with 30. It would be Stanley County with 28. And I noticed that stat is kind of a lot closer than it usually. I mean, that's been a lot closer for the Charger girls this season, as they either narrowly lose the rebound margin or narrowly win the rebound margin. Something I noticed about that tonight. Foul-wise, we had a total of 43 with 20 for the Chargers, 23 for the Lady Buffaloes of Stanley County. We'll step aside. We'll get your individual numbers next and wrap this broadcast up, as we still got your individual statistics. You got your player of the game, your unsung hero, and also you got what is coming up next. That's all here on our post-game show on Country 95.3, online at Country 95.3 Sports. We're back in 90 seconds.
As community bankers, Bank West employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose Bank West. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
At Ringneck Energy, our mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of our investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Ringneck Energy, located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida. Call 605-945-6900 and check out our website, www.ringneckenergy.com. Ringneck Energy in Oneida, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig, with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
It is the final here from Oneida at the Mark Steffner Court. Congratulations, Coach, on the win. His coach, Connor, giving that fist pump at the end of every game. I appreciate that. That he does that after the end of the game. So big thanks to him for all of that. The individual numbers will start with the Lady Buffaloes from Stanley County. It was led by Addie Deal. She finished with 14 points and 4 rebounds in the contest. Jariah Walker would have 10 points and 5 rebounds. Got quite a bit of that in that fourth quarter. Had 6 of the 8 points scored in that fourth quarter was Walker. Other scoring was Taylor Bardo with 1, got Kenzie Hall with 5, and Jesse Foshin with a point as well. And Hannah Tanner would connect on a free throw in the contest as well. For the Chargers, it was led by Jaden Yeager. She would finish with 24 points and 4 rebounds. Ellie Nelson would have 13 points and 8 rebounds. She is actually your Yackley Ranches player of the game. Brought to you by Yackley Ranches. She is your player of the game. And Ellie Nelson finishing with 13 points and 8 rebounds. And She played the JV game prior to the varsity game and just really had 2 good back-to-back games, did Ellie Nelson. So she has your Yackley Ranches player of the game. Other scoring looked like this. Allie Beeler would connect on 6 points of the night. Brooklyn Burney made a 3 in the contest in the second quarter. Scotland Kinney, who would connect on a free throw, and Avery Smith with a free throw as well on the night. Those are your individual statistics. Let's get to your also Colson Farms unsung hero play of the game. You might not have heard this name a lot, but the unsung hero goes about their own way to make a difference in the game. Colson Farms also works with their friends and neighbors to make sure everyone is successful. Let's give it to the birthday players here today. It's Scotland Kinney and Nevaeh Westfall. They are your unsung heroes, I should say. I should make it 2 of the game as they, again, get the win on their birthday. What a good way to end the birthday with a win here for the Chargers against Stanley County. Coming up next, broadcast for us is going to be on Saturday, which will be featuring the boys basketball team. They'll be at the Dakota Valley Classic. They are taking on, again, one of the top teams in Minnesota in their classification in Hills Beaver Creek. That's about a 4:30 tip-off time from Coleman. We'll have that coverage for you here on Country 95.3 online at Country 95.3 Sports. Coming up next for the girls, it will be a doubleheader on Thursday as they will make their way to Hitchcock to Lair. It's about a 4 o'clock start for all the games. We'll get that kind of that more dead set time here on our website at kccrradio.com. But a doubleheader for the girls and boys on Thursday. That's when the girls are back in action as well. Then they have that Warner game on Saturday as well. So again, next game for us here on Country 95.3 will be the Dakota Valley Classic on Saturday. That's about a 4:30 start against Hills Beaver Creek. And then they'll be back in action on the boys on Tuesday against Stanley County. That one is on the road in Fort Pierre. We'll have that all for you. We have all the games right here on Country 95.3. I want to give a big thanks to Cindy back in the studio for making this broadcast on the air possible. Big thanks to Jeremy back behind the camera here this evening. It's a great job here for the home games for us. So a big appreciation to Jeremy for doing all the camera work here tonight as well. For the entire Riverfront Broadcasting team, I'm Wyatt Barichka. This has been a presentation of Sully Buttes basketball as the Chargers come up with their second win of the season at 48-32 over Stanley County. Chargers go to 2-10. Stanley County awaits for their first win of the season as they drop to 0-12. Deuteronomy remind you that we are currently in a cold weather advisory. So for folks out there, make sure you are bundled up and you're staying warm out there. It is very cold right now. Right now, I currently have -8 degrees outside right now, and I will just actually do a quick weather check here for everybody real quick before we get out here. The wind chills are what is going to make it a lot colder here, and yes, we are currently in those weather advisories. It is going to go until about 3 p.m. tomorrow. So we are currently in that going until about 3 p.m. Right now, it's overcast skies at -6 degrees outside. And right now, dew point at -17. Wind chill right now makes it -29. So please bundle up. Stay safe out there. If you're driving home, make sure you are traveling safe as well. Again, big thanks to everybody who made this broadcast possible. A big thanks to our sponsors. Let's give a shout out to those sponsors. 83 Ag Sales, AGE Corporation, Altegra Corporatives, Bank West Oneida, Barber Chemical, Barber Farm Service, Blue Goose, Brett Spray Service, CHS River Plains, Colson Farms, Conag Oneida, Don's Food Center, Eric's Custom Repair, First Dakota National Bank, Yag Air, Lamb Chevy, Lincoln Out Construction, Hawaii Grain, Oliver Construction, Ringneck Energy, South Dakota Office of Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Sully County Sheriff's Office, Sunrise Bank, The Corner. Also, big thanks to Venture Communications, Whittler's Sea Farm, and Yackley Ranches. That is your sponsors. Big thanks to all of them for making this broadcast possible. For the entire crew at Riverfront Broadcasting, I'm Wyatt Barichka. Have a great day, a good evening, I should say. God bless. Let's get you back to the regular station.